Financial disclaimer. The information provided in this stream is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered as professional financial or investment advice. We are not licensed financial advisors, and the content presented here is based on our personal opinions and experiences. Investing in stocks and other financial instruments involves risk, including the potential loss of capital. Any investment decisions you make are solely your own responsibility, and you should conduct your own research and consult with a qualified financial professional before making any investment choices. The content we share on this stream may not be accurate, complete, or up to date. Market conditions and financial regulations can change rapidly, and we cannot guarantee the accuracy or reliability of the information presented. We do not endorse or promote any specific stocks, companies, or investment strategies. Any actions you take based on the content of this stream are at your own risk, and we will not be held liable for any losses or damages that may occur as a result. Always remember that past performance is not indicative of future results, and no investment is guaranteed to be profitable. Make informed decisions and consider your risk tolerance before investing any funds. By accessing and using this stream, you acknowledge and agree that we are not responsible for any investment decisions you make as a result of the content presented. You are encouraged to seek advice from qualified financial professionals for personalized guidance. Please invest responsibly and only with money you can afford to lose.
Hey man, just found the next guaranteed multi-bagger.
Hey man, you found another one? What is it this time?
Come check this out.
Hey, welcome to the Laughing Stop. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Sorry it took me a sec to get up here. I don't know what was going on with OBS. It was like linking to YouTube, but then it was saying there was no connection. But YouTube said I have an excellent connection. So I don't know if there was something in the mix of the two, but it wasn't working. But either way, got it up and running now. So I've been doing a lot of just kind of contemplating about what I wanted to do with the portfolio going forward. And I think just because of the risk that I'm trying to take on in some of these, what I'm going to do is, because there's so many tickers and stuff that we look at, we tend to look at it a little bit quicker. But I think I'm going to actually start taking more positions and taking pretty small positions though in some of these. But then that way I kind of can keep some of these tickers that I'm interested in just in the portfolio. And you know, if they go up or down, it's not a big deal. It's more just a way of kind of keeping track and kind of adding them into your eye. So instead of just having the few big ones, which don't get me wrong, I'll still probably take large positions in a few of the ones I'm really confident on. But just thinking, you know, because there's just like a lot of tickers and stuff that like I wouldn't normally look at, but like just even on like a technical or something, if you were to throw like a small amount, like for instance, part of the reason so today I'm looking at Canopy here, and I feel like with Canopy, if I pull this chart up here, hang on just a sec. Like if you go to like a 1 year chart on this, like I don't know, on some of these breakouts, and then there's like the news today. I didn't even realize that was part of the news. But if you haven't heard, I guess here in the States, they're talking about it's on a federal level, but basically decriminalizing. I don't like this new form of Yahoo. Decriminalizing marijuana, essentially, where it can be used at least in forms of like a medication. You know, like they can test it. It's not going to be Scheduled 1, essentially. So with that, obviously it popped on that news. That's what the big news is. And Canopy is just a direct beneficiary of this. But I don't know. I just feel like on some of these charts, and I get it. Like you're not gonna be able to catch these, but I'm just thinking maybe I should be taking some smaller positions in some of these different kind of things like this. Just because like there's always a small play there, and regardless of whether it's right or wrong, like if it's really a small position, I mean, who really cares? It's more just trying to play around with the market and see what's out there, trying not to miss things, like and also to kind of hedge your risk in terms of taking too much on in areas that you're not sure on. So I'm gonna go through quite a few tickers here. I added in some new technical guidelines that I want to start to try out on top of the fundamental analysis I do. So it's probably going to be a mix of those techniques that kind of convinces me how heavy to go into the different positions, which it's not like I haven't been doing all this stuff before. It's more just different ways of thinking it. And like I said, I think it'll be better for the stream too, having more names. And like for instance, before, like I said, now normally it's like really against in my mind to go at like a Tesla or something here, but I feel like you're starting to watch them pull out here and or break out, I should say, on the chart. And I'm thinking maybe since this portfolio's like point is to take risk on, this is a form of risk, and while it's not super fundamentally based, and don't get me wrong, there's fundamentals now for Tesla, and it's obviously it's still a huge growth company. Or you could argue that's why the multiples are where they're at. But I mean, part of it is just looking at like points of inflection like this on a chart where you're seeing these gap ups like this. That possibly just taking positions on some things. And like I said, it'd be a small position if it's on something like this and it's more just narrative based. But I think it's important to try all these different things. Because like I said, this whole part of this portfolio on here is to take on substantial risk. So I just wanted to update kind of everybody on what my thought is. And you're probably going to watch the portfolio balloon quite a bit from here. This is up to date. I got out of med today. The earnings report was ugly, and it was actually on point for guidance, but the market obviously didn't like it, and that's because the market had priced in so much growth with med, and they're going from like over $3 in EPS to under $1 in less than a year essentially. So I can see why the market reacted the way, and I'll probably start to adjust my valuations down. I looked at it today on a valuation when I decided, and granted, like I said, I had a really small position, so it was more just I'm going to wait until something starts to inflect, because I really think going forward too that it's probably going to struggle for a while here until you'll start to watch the GLP-1 drugs if they start to kind of back off or they learn to work in tandem with them, basically. But I added a little bit to FSI. I think Grand Tier I didn't add to. I just kind of been holding. That's another chart to me that looks pretty good. So just going with that. ARC I'm starting to trim now. I feel like that's getting close to what I would value it at. And Alto's just been kind of a hold for a while now. And but they did just release on May 6th. Redneck Johnny sent me the news saying on May 6th they're going to be doing their earnings as well as a call. So we'll have something to look forward to, which is awfully quick because I feel like their last information wasn't that long ago. But so I have a ton of tickers, honestly. Already pulled into my fundamentals here. I had screened for things, and I'm screening in a few different ways now. Because like I said, it's going to be part of this new portfolio that I'm going to attempt to do. So there'll be stuff on here that you're probably going to see. Some of the fundamentals are a little uglier. And I'm going to use a mix of other things to just try and determine what I think a good value is on it. And then, like I said, just size the position according. And, sometimes I'll probably just be taking risks on, sometimes what the narrative is. And I feel like if you balance that over enough stocks, and like I said, it's not, if you're making the position sizes small enough, you should be able to, like, without really heavily going into each one, if you're taking small positions, you don't have to kill yourself to know them inside and out. And then as you build a position, that's how you'll do it. So it's a good way to get a lot of tickers in, and then we'll just kind of take it from there. At least for me. Johnny's going to do his own thing, but that's kind of, I feel like the cool thing about the stream is you can watch, just both of the ways that we kind of handle things. But and I had Grand Tier up here. I have fair value here, just shy of $10, and about $1 from there. So I think that's part of the reason I just decided to start to pull back a little bit here. There's a decent little pullback today, actually. So we'll see where this one ends up. And no, I didn't catch this whole thing. Me and Johnny. Johnny's kicking himself because he got out of the position at the wrong time. But and it is what it is. I mean, there's not much you can do. But this is another, you know, in my reflection on things, you know, if I had just sized the positions differently, some of these other ones would have worked out, you know, because there was just a lot of names kind of at once that all looked decent. So, and then I did adjust some of my calculations in my fundamentals over here. So my valuations will probably keep changing comparatively to like whatever I've placed before. So if you see something that looks way off, it's probably because I've adjusted quite a bit. And I've read a few more books on valuation, and I feel like I have a really good hold on it now. So just different ideas I'm trying to add in to take accounting for different things and what I'm trying to look for, and how I'm going to be able to make that into some kind of multiple that I feel like you could value something on. And the goal is to have this number, not like it's going to be perfect, but just a ballpark figure that, like, if I see a stock that's like trading underneath that or something, then try and figure out, you know, from here, is it worth going in at these levels? And that's why I said, and that's why I added some of the technicals in here. So even if it's a little bit above my price, I found there's an easy way to kind of see how money's pouring in and then just take advantage of that. But we can start going through the tickers here. Now, not only do I have the tickers for this, I made a list of tickers. I am trying to go through just a mix of different sectors and just look for things that just, even on a chart, might look interesting, because sometimes it's hard to screen industry-wise, because I do have the industry filter here, which is nice, but I never enabled this, sorry. But still, it's not, it's where, if we go to my industry filters here. Oh, let me just make sure that this is done loading, okay. But like, going back to like the dash, like, so, and by the way, if anyone's watching, tomorrow's probably going to come out with some of the economic data, and most likely they're going to start to talk about the rates probably not getting cut as quickly as most people were expecting, which is hence why, you know, the markets were really red today. You know, it's probably all natural. A lot of commodities pulled back. It's kind of crazy. Like, that's, you know, and these are all in the commodities too, the things over here that you're seeing. The only one that, like I said, was really up was cannabis stuff. I saw Bitcoin's kind of coming back to earth for a second here. Where was that? Why do I not see it? I know MicroStrategy was down. Oh, here, Bitcoin. Yeah, okay, there we go. You know, it's down 60, which is first time I feel like it's been down in a while. Not like, obviously it's like a huge loss, but it's definitely pulling back from the highs. But yeah, just like almost everything was down. So we might maybe see some healthy corrections here. Tomorrow will probably be a bounce back day, to be honest. I feel like that always happens when you see this much of a pullback from things. Yeah, and the other thing too, so like when I'm looking at some of these tickers, because some of them I've pulled in, so I might not go too crazy. I'll probably be able to quickly get an idea if it's something I'm going to be interested in, because like I said, it'll be a little bit looser now in terms of what gets it into the portfolio. What makes it a large position will be very strict, but you know, that way we can get through tickers, and if you guys throw ones out there that you want me to look at, I can take a peek, and then, you know, if I think it's, you know, decent, we'll go into it. We'll see how it goes. Get the stream involved in the in some of the picks here. That'd be fun. Yeah, and if anybody tuned in last week, we had Guillermo on. That was a fun interview. He's a smart guy for sure. I wish him the best of luck. And I think another one just popped up red here. Stuff's like literally falling off the face of the earth here. But anyways, all right here. So So Troops is formerly a something group, Sagoco investment holding company, engaged in development, operation, and management of online financial marketplace that provide one-step financial technology solutions, including application or API services. It leverages artificial intelligence, blockchain, cloud computing, all the big words. Business in Hong Kong, providing mortgage loans to high-quality target borrowers, as well as property investment to generate additional rental income. I hope they didn't give it any loans to Evergrande, because that worked out poorly. But, alright, so first off, it is, I'm assuming this is in Hong Kong. Is that where this is out of? Yes, it is. Okay. And we don't have too much data. Share counts kind of ballooned quite a bit. Margins are starting to regulate a little bit. But it makes me think that these numbers are probably pretty wild here. Cash flows, not great. Not even historically great. No earnings. I'm not counting this first year because this first year is real. It looks like they bought and then they sold, so they're kind of bouncing all over in what they're actually buying. And enterprise value is low, but that's the other thing too, is trusting how much debt these companies, like they have no debt, no nothing. They have no liabilities. Is that what you're telling me? I mean, even as a tech company, you gotta have something. So I'm getting 86 cents as a buy here. The chart's been just kind of pulling steadily down. It had a little pop, but nothing nothing impressive there. That's like the only volume it's really seen. No dividend. I doubt anyone owns it. We'll just see if anyone on Seeking, one of the, there's a few guys who usually cover some of the Asian ones. And they do a pretty good job. They kind of just give you a basic idea of, but no one's talking about this. So yeah, not seeing much here right now. This up. Tech, financial, kind of too young, no earnings, needs more. Yeah, I'm not seeing too much there. But yeah, so and then when I go through like the sectors and whatnot, I'll probably just go by charts, because that's what I was going to show you guys is hold on, let me just bounce back to this. But on the dash, you know, so like if I'm looking here and I see like, okay, you know, gold is down or something like that, whatever, if I'm looking at miners, and then just going to the industry here. And, okay, I guess we just do gold. Because I have it here where I can pull in the CSV here, and then I can just go through the charts, and we can just look at them. And then if there's anything that has like a decent pullback, and like I said, I have some of them, like, you know, I have EBITDA to EV average, you know, just revenues to make sure they're generating something, price to book, cash flow, revenue to debt. But like even like looking here, it's kind of tough in this view to see that. So I'm thinking the charts would be easier if I just go through all the charts and just see if anything's kind of pulled back, and then I can just pick some names out. So I'll probably be doing that too as I go forward here, just to kind of keep an eye on things that don't necessarily pop up in the daily movers. Obviously the stuff that moves in the daily movers, I'll probably be looking at those no matter what anyways, because it'll you know, typically it's still going to be small cap. I'm not saying I won't go into mid cap possibly with this. You know, I'm sure going forward I'll probably take part in some of the Magnificent Seven type stuff, but I'm going to need big pullbacks first before I get into anything like that, even in a super small position in this, just because it's not, you're not going to get that much of a return. Like I still am shooting for, like I said, the 50% returns. So this is just I feel like a way of just broadening what we're looking at here. All right, so I've looked at Vertex before. Somewhat levered energy transition company that specializes in producing both renewable and conventional fuels, engaged in operations across petroleum value chain in terms of refining, collection, aggregation, transportation, storage, sales, blah blah blah, just everything with oil. Black oil business is engaged in operations across the entire used motor oil recycling value chain. So they also recycle it, and it owns a fleet of 68 collection vehicles. Just VTNR, it's not pulling anything up, huh? Sorry, I'm just pulling this up on my other screen here. So I feel like this one was starting to inflect, which is what caught my attention on the chart. And we're at $1.30 right now. I get 95 cents, so it's a little pricey down here. But was it VRTN? VTNR. Yeah, we just looked at this, and I'm gonna go down to 95 cents now. All right. So high debt, poor management, chance of bankruptcy, huh? That was a concern. I gotta figure out when that debt's due then. Yeah, they do have they got a lot of short term. Unless that's all leases, but I doubt it. So even this one might be a little tough. Wait, this is the falling knife you're trying to avoid here. But it did bounce around that under $1 there. So this is 1 year, right? Yeah. It has traded down like this before. It's actually traded way down to 50 cents in COVID times. I wonder if they restructured their debt there, because that's definitely priced for bankruptcy there. And share count's quite a bit higher now. I get book value at $2, but they've been taking that debt on. So current portion is 16. Obligations under inventory financing agreement. That's 141 here, huh? Well, that's interesting. That's not what I was expecting. Was there a separate one that talked more about that? Financing arrangements? So 2025 is when they have the next big amount due for the actual debt. right. The valuation of our obligations at the end of each reporting period requires that we make estimates of the prices and differentials for our then monthly forward purchase obligations. Okay. So I imagine that that's already priced in. So if I go to is this number always? Yeah, okay. So it's always there. That doesn't actually change the debt. So 170,000 is actually, or 170 million, right? This is in thousands, yes. Is actual debt, and that's due in 2025, along with some other, because it said 186. So okay. How much cash do they have on hand? 49 million. I don't know. That's pretty low. How the rest of this year? I think I'm going to adjust this then and make it. I can leave the bankruptcy. I'm just going to pull it off of a 1 and just put it at 2. And I'm going to throw it out that. Oh, I did put that due. And it's more just to follow it. The only other thing too is anybody talking about this right now? I just thought it was funny. That guy said he's like owning this company is like driving slowly into a ditch. Hey Johnny. Yeah. Let me take a peek at them. I haven't. What is it? MSF or MCFT? I'll pull them up just so I can take a peek at them one more time here. But yeah, it is. It's pretty ugly out there today. So. I'm on stock charts and I'm trying to get what do you call it, Mastercraft pulled up and it's acting like it's a different company. Oh, okay, there we go. I don't know what this thing was doing. And then what was that? LXU. Gotta be bouncing all over here, man. I'm trying to keep up. Was this all just today though? Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably all just as soon as the news came out. Have you been following LXU? Oh, okay. I looked at them, looks like 2 months ago or so. Yeah, I want to see. So what do I get for a fair value on these guys? It's VHI company, if I remember correctly, had them in the tracker, yes. Gotcha. Yeah, the only thing with Mastercraft is I would get like fair value around like $25. So I wonder how high it would actually run if it did start to run or something like that. Obviously, I agree. I think they just need something needs to happen for like the industry. like I don't know. I just feel like it looks like in general a lot of stuff is kind of trending back right now. So I think it will continue to drop. But I don't see it quite there. But that insider buying it should be somewhat telling, you'd think. The only thing is I get my entry at like 17-ish, so I'd like to wait definitely for a little bit more of a pullback. And I get fair value around like $25. I don't know what you would think, but that's, I guess, what I would think. What does the market say? Its high is 31, huh? 31.70. Yeah, that would seem excessive for me. But in good times, I don't know. I mean, it generates, in like it got $7 in cash flow from operations per share. That's insane. I think like high 20s as an upside at the moment. Have an interesting entry price. Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. It's definitely interesting hearing that insider buying is, like I said, I'm in, low debt. It's a safe balance sheet. They've been historically ran pretty well. They're buying back shares. Now you're making me want to adjust this a little bit. Oh, I'm already there. Well, I rated this as a good company too. I'll move this up to a 4. Just because it has a lot I like about it. What was it? 1658. I got on my new one. Just say 25-ish. Like I said, guys, if you're seeing me put values in here, it's just oddball. It's quick numbers, just to get an idea. So don't think those mean anything. Just means it gets interesting to me around those prices. But this is what I'm saying, Johnny. I don't know if you were here for the entire stream, but I think that's why I'm going to just start to take some smaller positions in some of these things. And I think at this point now, like I know so many tickers and names and stuff. Like I don't have to. Like I'll have an idea of what's going on with each one, even if I'm just kind of peeking at like the charts or whatnot. If I look at them that way. All right, where were we? Back to Vertex. Did I say anything here? VTNR, that's what it was. I think we'd moved on. All right, MAXN, M4, refresh me. Know anything about that insider fund? I tried to quickly look them up, couldn't find them. I don't. You're talking for Mastercraft, I'm assuming? Just trying to see what the ownership is here. Was it Coliseum? Who was the actual insider? Where was that? Yeah, Coliseum Capital. It's ranked number 7. I mean, a lot of these names are value, so I would assume they're value investors. I mean, they got a 10-stock portfolio and they got 34% in GIL, so in Gildan, which is that's a good company. So I don't know. I think I would say they probably know what they're doing. I don't know all these names, but they like the boats, I'll tell you that. All right. All right here. So next I have MAXN Solar. It's Singapore-based, designs and manufactures MAXN and SunPower brand solar panels. Has sales operations in 100 companies, so it's everywhere. It's kind of interesting. How Johnny, over where you live, is it super popular for people to get like solar panels like on their house or anything, or is that kind of like? I know you guys got your oil fund, so you probably don't want to knock that down. Terrible earnings. Yeah, it's not like it's super popular here in the States, but I mean, you do see them. Like in my town, my local town, there's like a weird little solar panel shop. I don't know who buys there. It's kind of weird that you didn't have like a retail store. Like who goes like, I'm gonna go get some solar panels. But I'm sure some people. Net income looks great. So they historically are burning cash. They do have a good amount. They still hold 196 million cash. Out of 53, they're diluting shareholders slowly, and they're increasing their debt slowly too. So, this book value is quite telling here. Just see if anyone's saying anything else about it. Michael doesn't like it. Don't buy the dip. Earnings preview from yesterday. Scheduled to announce today. Did they announce it? Consensus EPS is minus 96 cents, which is positive 47%. Wow. I wouldn't have taken that as like a super positive number, but all right. Is beaten EPS estimates 25% of the time. Good for them. Really killing it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see much here, and Michael's not a fan. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that's going to make this turn around anytime soon. Like, they got a long ways to go. And, you know, revenue growth rates anticipate a decrease in revenues by approximately 37%. So it's like everything they've gained is going to go away. I don't know. Let's check the comments real quick. Houses of hair, it takes too long to get it to be worth it. Oh, yeah, I could see that. Well, and also too, I mean, you know, I imagine maybe countries that are further south than even the United States, for that matter. I mean, parts of the States get a lot of sun, but like me up in the Northeast here, it's not. You wouldn't probably put them up here. I mean, people do, but I just don't think it'd be as beneficial. Like if you lived in like Nevada, where there's like the sun every day, or like Arizona or something. I saw this says, my guess is that MAXN will get the DOE loan. I see DOE now. It gives me a terrible feeling. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about this, just because they're burning cash, and I don't see any way I don't see any way they're gonna get cash here. Yeah, right. All right, AXN. I probably don't need to say it's tech twice. Needs more. You can tell my valuation's been getting much harsher. Like before, I said, you know, 147 down to 136. Whew, that's terrible. It's a joke. It's not that big of a change. I thought it would be a lot bigger. No, don't do that. Why not? There Either way, I need more. I don't know. I don't really see anything there. Steel Connect. All right, this one I thought looked interesting. I think this one had insider buying. All right, so yeah, it did have insider. Pretty good. Is a holding company that operates through its subsidiary Modus Link Corporation, end-to-end global supply chain solutions, e-commerce, providing service clients in markets such as consumer electronics, communications, computing, medical devices, software and retail, blah, blah, blah. So they're a middleman. And what is going on here with these numbers? Got a lot of cash on hands. Very clean balance sheet. Oh, you know what I got to do? Because if the EV is negative, I got to make this so it's always positive. Well, for now. There, that number looks better. So why is this so cheap here? Because I'm getting this should be worth a lot more than what it's at. I mean, revenues are way down. What did they sell something? Like, where'd all this? Why is book value all of a sudden $40 now? What did I miss here? Like, what's going on? So they had a ton of debt here. Got rid of the debt. All right, something's got to be off in these numbers here. First off, this is the correct company. I just want to double check their numbers here just to make sure I got the same thing, because these numbers seem way off to me. Okay, market cap is 78. Pretty lowly traded. Only 5,000 shares, 12,000 shares a day. I mean, the price is $12, but still, that seems really low. Yeah, and 6 million shares outstanding, so is this the like tax loss thing? When is this article from? Oh, this is from 2021. Revisited Jack lately. Drop below 19 now. Watching for Rosen to buy more. Yeah, was it their? I think it was their guidance came out and was bad again. Because this is another one that's really kind of jumped off. I got in on this like little thing, and then when it started to come back, I just got out. Let me close up some of these. Yeah, okay, I remember reading all this. So this is the thing, when I look at that evaluation's a thing if those net operating losses get picked up by someone. So there's a lot of value here if it gets picked up by someone, but if it doesn't get picked up by someone, those are basically useless. But then you see this insider buying by Steel Partners. Are they trying to purchase the whole thing? How much they own half the company? Who's to say they don't shoot for the other half? At 12.49. There's gonna be a preferred. Holy smokes, this is small here. Hang on just a moment. All right, announced the Steel Partners, and this is from May 1st of last year. In exchange for 3.5 million shares of Series E convertible preferred stock of Steel Connect. On approval by Steel Connect stockholders pursuant to NASDAQ market, preferred stock will be convertible into an aggregate of 184 million shares of Steel Connect common stock. So is this not happening? Is that why this is up so much? Trying to get back to the news. I don't know if they said something in the quarterly report here. Is this loading? There we go. And this, hold on, I'm just trying to plan myself here. So this is from over a year ago now, because I do remember this article, but and this allows SPLP, so it's its own separate thing that trades. Not really, because I don't see that pop up. Market cap 920 million. Generates greater profits, so to be able to benefit more from the Knowles. In addition, Steel Partner Holdings owns 4.95% of Defense. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting. I'm just trying to figure out. All right, Johnny, have a good night, man. Glad you were able to tune in for a little bit. I know it's who even knows what time it is for you. I should be complaining I'm tired. Stock for equity. Merger transaction between still partners in the company. I don't know if there's gonna be much to go off of here. And like I said, this valuation that it's getting is because of the nulls. So let me go and see if I can just subtract those out somehow. Or are those already out? Is that what it is? Is that's why it's changed so much? Oh, that's what's throwing me off here. See if it talks about any of it in here. No, I don't care about this. Oh, they are paying out now. So they have 2 levels of preferred. They really have 270 in cash, huh? That's not what I want to do. I want to go to business here. Also, while I'm here too, I just want to see if anyone's talking about this. It's all just nonsense. See if I can zoom in here again. All right. So this is from January 8th. Further minutes, tax benefit preservation plan dated. Utilize these net operating loss carry forwards and other tax attributes would be substantially limited if the company undergoes an ownership change. Within the meaning of Section 382, the plan is intended to prevent an ownership change of the company that would impair the company's ability to utilize its tax benefit. Pursuant to the plan and subject to certain exceptions, if a stockholder becomes a 4.99% stockholder, the rights issued under the plan would generally become exercisable, entitle stockholders other than the 5% to purchase additional shares of the company's common stock at a significant discount, resulting in substantial dilution in the economic interest and voting power of the 5% stockholder or group. In addition, under certain circumstances in which the company is acquired in a merger or other business combination after a non-exempt stockholder becomes 5%, each holder of a right other than the 5% would then be entitled to purchase shares of the acquiring company's common stock at a discount. Come on. All right. I don't think I'm going to spend too much more time on here. Oh, we'll just keep an eye on this one. I'm really not sure, and I'll follow it just to see what ends up happening with it. See if I can figure it out. But at this point, it's not really a big deal. Alright, based on this leverage, this is too expensive. We can tell right away. Oops. So what do I get here? 44 cents. See now this one's worse looking. And what's going on with this debt here? They have a lot of debt. What does that do? This is like the amended one. I just want the regular 10K. Unless the amendment has to do exactly what I'm looking at. That'd be my look. 193 senior notes. We're due in 2026. Okay. All right, let's not go bankrupt today. I had 7 insiders, but nothing real impressive right now. Nothing yet. And, you know, it's looking rough. Now you got that debt looming overhand. Shared count keeps going up. All right, next. Sorry guys, I can only go till 9 tonight, so it'll be a little bit quicker of a stream, but either way. I don't know why this one it's like too big. Is that always that spread out? Seems strange. Okay, either way. Now this one, at least number-wise, looks more interesting. Almost generating income here. Last year they were positive. This is a 12 trailing month too. All right. Look like margins are doing a little better. And looks like they're paying their debt down slowly. There's been some share dilution, but not too crazy. No dividends, but even in free cash flow, 38 cents a share, and on average 63 cents. It's only slightly levered. Just pulling up the chart for this, and it's rough. It's like we're shooting for new lows here, trying to figure out where the bottom is. Although they've been down here before. COVID wasn't any more friendly to them. I don't know. The numbers aren't terrible. It's definitely on sale for as far as I see it. But I think the narrative is just that it's going to keep getting cheaper here. Oops. What are you doing here? Okay. I just want to go through this just so I have a much better idea here. So specifically, manufacturers' products include highly engineered capital equipment, as well as products consumed in the drilling, well construction, and production of oil and natural gas. Operates 3 segments. Designs, manufactures, and markets capital equipment utilized on floating production systems, subsea pipeline infrastructure, and offshore drilling rigs and vessels, along with short cycle and other products. The well site service segment includes a range of equipment and services that are used to drill, form, maintain, and establish the flow of oil and natural gas. And downhole segment provides oil and gas perforation systems, as well as their operation supporting. Okay. Was that the only person on Seeking Alpha talking about this? So, not much else going on besides incompetent management. Somewhat cyclical, even though it has parts of the business that probably aren't so cyclical. I guess just poor management, just needs more narrative. It is cheap though. There's no insider. Does this lady own one or something? BlackRock owns a lot. So no one really owns it either. All right. And what does the oil chart look like? This is as cheap as it's traded, huh? This one, I'm a little interested in, because if this starts to come back, I'll have to watch to see if this can find a bottom before I'm going to hop in here. But this one's interesting. It just seems cheap to me. You know, target book value. You know, if you take in intangibles somewhere, let's just round down and say like $8. And it's generating free cash flow, even historically been generating. It's had one negative year, and that was COVID. And I get it, this management chick whoever Cindy is not doing a great job, but I don't know if I think the market's, already reflecting that. Long-term debt is $135 million. You only got, so when is that due? That's the other thing here. $2026, but they do have a revolving. That's good till 2028 at 125, so that would cover the notes. Okay, so I mean, they still have to then figure out what they want to do by 2028, but at 4.75%. So what is that? 135 times 0.0475. It's like $6 million a year interest. Those are old. Okay. I still think this one's interesting. I just wish there was some kind of insider ownership or something. It's interesting as in like it's an interesting setup and it seems cheap to me, but like it's not a buy for me yet. But it's I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on it. And we'll throw it on deck. I give it a 3. Yeah. Needs ownership. Actually, that makes me want one last thing to look at on this is just in the def. I just want to see what the board members actually own. So that's benefits. Got enough benefits going on here. I'm just trying to find how much shares you guys own. Oops, did I pass it right there? Oops, this is all still compensation. So Cindy owns 2.8% or 1.8 million shares. All directors is about 5% of the business. Yeah. Show me some insider or something. Show me a turnaround on the chart or insider or something. Make this more interesting. All right. All right, yeah, and like I said, sorry guys, I do gotta get going. Just because I gotta be up early, so I'm gonna end this one at 9 here. And then I'm going to each time though, like I said, when you look at my dashboard here, just to keep things transparent to everybody, I'll show literally what my percentages of the portfolio are here. Since I don't always host on Saturday, it's usually Johnny or I on my streams will make sure it's updated, because the other thing is it's a manual process too, so it's I have to just do it myself, which isn't a big deal. It's just a pain. But then that way you guys can just kind of see live as I'm taking positions, and we'll see how it goes. Like I said, it's a little bit different in the structure change, but I think overall I'm going to like it. It makes sense to me, and we'll get to put some names in the portfolio that typically I wouldn't have got to put in the way I was doing it before. So I think that's part of the thing that's hopefully going to make this a little, a little more exciting in terms of just variety. I'm not like day trading or anything, but at least we can pull up some things here that should be interesting. And then I'll go through the rest of the tickers on here. Yeah, sorry I didn't get to a couple of these. It looks like I actually have a few of them on more than once accidentally, which happens sometimes because the way my it pulls the data in essentially. I can accidentally click on the same thing. You know, I like it when I pull it up more than once. All right, we can close out all these tabs. All right, yes, Johnny will be on his normal time Thursday, so like 4 Eastern, or I think it's 4 Eastern is what time he goes. And then we will be on Sunday, actually, this weekend. I believe we're going to do a morning stream, so if something changes, you can always just check X, and we'll update you there. But yeah, I definitely am going to be taking some positions this week, even though they're going to be small, just to start to build out the portfolio and get some other names in here. And then from there, just try and keep on top of things. I'm going to try and keep tracking a lot of different things here, being that I'll have more positions. So I'm excited. We'll see how it goes. But other than that, I hope everyone has a good night. Good rest of your week. Hope we'll see. The Fed's supposed to come out with some information tomorrow. There's quite a bit of stuff that's actually dropping. So we'll see kind of how the market takes it. I don't know. I don't really pay attention too much to macro, but it looks in general like things are kind of bearish. But we'll see. The few positions I do have, I bet if I'm selling it, it's doing well, and the other ones are kind of going up right now. FSI is the only really kind of newer position, and they offered a 10-cent extra dividend special one time, so I figured I'll take that. But and like I said, we got Alto's report coming up. ARC's been doing really well. Same with Grand Tierra. So here it is, you know, start of the new, slowly building back up. You know, portfolio starting to have some gains slowly. Today was a little tougher of a day, but it's whatever. It was a pretty big pullback for the entire market. So, you know, just noise, to be honest. I'm not worried about it. But all right, everybody, have a good one. Until next time.